Last week, I went for a haircut and I asked Tony, who was cutting my hair, "How long have you been doing this?" He said, 30 years. I asked him, "Don't you get bored?" Tony looked at me through the mirror and smiled. "No, my friend, I don't get bored. You know why? I am not cutting your hair. I am a designer who is designing your hair and helping you to look good." I was inspired by Tony's attitude. And incidentally, that time I was having dilemma in my own mind. Doing the same job over a period of time, bringing monotony, demotivation, what should I do? And it happens to everyone from time to time, isn't it? And then you get to meet people like Tony, who draws inspiration every day from their job in spite of doing it for 13 years. And Tony's story is not unique. There are legends. I'm sure you have heard about President Kennedy and the Janitor, or the story of Christopher Wren. Doesn't ring a bell? Let me share with you. One day, President Kennedy was visiting NASA. He went to the toilet and met a janitor. He asked, "What do you do here?" And the janitor said, "Mr. President, I helped NASA to send people to the moon." It was the height of Cold War. Soviet Union already sent a manned mission to the space. Yuri Gagarin, Vostok 1. And America fell behind. And President Kennedy went on air and announced,
"We choose to go to the moon."
America will be the first one to land a person at the surface of moon and bring that person back successfully. And that inspired the entire nation, inspired NASA scientists, and that became the mission. However, President Kennedy never thought that a janitor in NASA would take that mission to the heart and make that mission the core purpose of his job. And as I said, this is not the only legend. There is another legend of Christopher Wren, who was an English architect. Back in the 17th century, he was building a new cathedral. One day, he decided to go to the site unnoticed, and he met a person and asked, "What do you do here?" Without looking up, the person said, "I am cutting stones here, don't you see?" Second person he met, he asked the same question, "What do you do here?" The person said, "I am earning 5 shillings per day, doing this job so that I can feed my family." Then the third person, he asked the same question, "What do you do here?" And the person said, "I am helping Christopher Wren to build a beautiful cathedral." Same job, different meaning to different individuals. I don't know whether these legends are true or not. Doesn't matter. What is important is the essence of these legends. It's up to us how we define our job, what we make out of our job. Brian Dick and Ryan Duffy, in their book, Make Your Job a Calling, wonderfully explain this concept of job crafting and how you look at your job. And there are 3 ways you can look at your job. First is job orientation. Through your job, you just earn your salary, daily wage, or your salary so that you can feed your family, you have a good life, and that's what we call job orientation. And if there is another job, better paying, the person would not hesitate to change the job, and that's the job orientation. The second kind of orientation at job is career orientation, where a person looks at the job as a status and how that person builds career with that job. Someone who is today a manager want to become a director, vice president, senior vice president, moving up the ladder, career orientation. The status is important in the profession, in the society, so job is equivalent to career orientation. The third type is calling orientation, where you get a deeper meaning out of your job, a sense of purpose, you get that motivation from the job. It's up to us then how we define what does it mean. And it may not be mutually exclusive. And sweet spot would be to have a combination of the 3, where you earn money from the job, you have a career, and you also get a deeper meaning. The combination of 3 would be a sweet spot. But even if you have 2 out of 3 is fine. It's important what you make out of your job, how do you define your job, and how do you perceive it. There is a growing body of research, it's called job crafting, led by eminent professors like Amir Rezanowski, Jane Dutton, and others. 20 years of empirical research is proven if you can craft your job where you can make deeper meaning out of it, you'll be much more fulfilled at your job. Your performance will be better and you will be fulfilled in your life as well. So you may be thinking, how do I recraft my job so that I can draw more inspiration and satisfaction out of it? You should ask yourself 3 simple questions. The first, how do you define your job? What is your job? If I would have asked that question to Tony, he would say, I'm a hair designer. I'm not cutting your hair, I'm a hair designer. The second question, what brings the best out of you at work? And Tony would have answered, I meet people, I make them look good, I make them more confident when they walk out of my salon. That's what brings me to work every day. And the third question, what impact it creates on others? And Tony would have said, when you walk out of that salon, you become more confident, you have a higher self-esteem, you look good, you express yourself more freely, be it at a party or in your profession. I help you express yourself. And that's the impact it creates on others. Like me, if you are feeling stuck, why don't you try these 3 questions and see what comes up? And I guarantee you, if you do it with your earnest honesty, you would find a deeper meaning. You will be much more satisfied, much more fulfilled, and you will bring the best out of yourself. I'm sure you will try out the 3 questions and share your reflections in the comment field. I hope to see you again. Bye for now.